Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. I am Anthony and this is Aquascaping on the Fly. And if you're new, welcome. And to my fly scrapers, thank you so much for joining me again. We have gone shrimping and oddly enough, for most of the shrimp, I did not have to go very far. They came from literally some of them right here. So those of you who are familiar with the channel and know that when we first set up Blackfish, we had the blue velvet shrimp, and the blue velvet shrimp that came out with 3 different colors of babies. So we have what I've got here in tree are the ones that went anywhere from like a zebra stripe to full on black are in this build. Any of the ones that had what I call the ruby red, like the ruby red markings on their body, they went into this build. And then my pale aqua colored ones, they went in here into turtle. So I had them separated out. The original set though, the original 4 that I had left of the blue velvet that gave birth actually were placed in the bowls here temporarily. And I separated them because I wanted to put their breeding on hold until I could get them established in another build. So I did not have, I thought, any males that were large enough because I put my female into 3G. Now that is a 3-gallon bowl, but that is small. And then I put the males, I thought, into this one, into pink, which is even smaller. So this morning I get out, and I've been wanting to show you guys this. This is what I've been using. It has like a retractable lens right here, and you can change the magnification on this. And then it has a LED light that you have to turn it on. So I wear this when I go looking into my tanks, especially like when the lighting is off and I want to look and see what's going on into the tanks, or look for the colors, or look for juveniles now that are big enough to where I can see what their color is if I need to move them from one tank to the next. So I found something very exciting today. So in pink, I found an almost clear shrimp that had black, tiny, tiny, tiny dots on it, black dots. So of course, that shrimp got pulled out. It got put in here to Tree of Life. So it's now with the other ones that are clear with black markings on them. And literally from this one, I've got anywhere from what I call mottled to striped to full on black. And so that's this tank. So we're keeping those together. So that meant someone gave birth in there and gave birth to one that had been given birth before when they were in the tank in Blackfish. So that meant I had 2 females that were giving the same colors off. So yes, I found what I thought was my original in here, the blue velvet, and I also found another one in here, and then this one had a male in it. I thought there were 2 males. One of them had to be a female because they gave birth. So I started with the 3G bowl, and I was searching and searching and searching, and I finally found where they have been hiding all this time. Now, you guys know that when I do my designs, I do them for a lifestyle that is for that shrimp that's going to go in there. So I love caves. This one is a massive cave under here, and you can't see into it unless you get a high definition flashlight and basically stand on your head and look up underneath there, which is what I was doing with my magnifier. So I found my original 4 blue velvets, put them all in. I had these little cream colored bowls out so I could really look at the colors, really, really definite, to make sure before I put anyone into the Rainbow Series that that's what I wanted to do going forward. So my intent is for the Rainbow Series to move the original blue velvets into the blue aquarium. So now we can charge back up again their breeding. So they're with their original set. And so hopefully we will see more of the blacks or the rubies or more of the aqua blue. I did find from the babies that I had been putting in the bowls. Now, the bowls were just for babies originally because these are really tiny. So I've been putting babies in there just until they can get big enough. I found, I think it was 4 or 5 super light green, and I really kind of was debating about should I put them into the build that's the yellow tank, because the yellow tank combines both colors, yellow and green in it. But I thought, no, it won't stand out enough. You guys will make fun of me because you'll say you can't even tell it's green. I know how you are. You're harsh critics. No, I'm teasing. You guys are amazing to me. But I thought it didn't flow with me. I'm like, okay, no, that's not really going to work. So I put them, just those greens, back into pink. So pink now has the greens in it. So we can see now if there's going to be a birthing out of that specific color, and will it stay that color. Another fun thing is this morning when I started on 3G and I got all the shrimp out of it, I found 2 more ruby reds that I put in a bowl. So I had like 5 bowls sitting out here because a couple of them I couldn't figure out what color they were going to be or what I wanted to do with them. So I had a bunch of bowls ready. Well, now there's only babies in there, the babies from that last birth, and they're so pale. I mean, they're so clear. I have no idea what color they're going to be. But the cool thing is I found several in there because I was messing with that tank, because it is hard to put a net into a bowl to get something to come out of it, because you can't use the sides of the tank to be able to pull your shrimp out of it. So I was having a hard time doing it. So I had to focus a lot on these 2. And then also with Brandy in the back, I pulled out one of the pale greens, and now it's in pink. And Brandy has one shrimp that would not let me get it. I mean, there's one in there, a small one, not even a juvenile one, a small one. And so I thought, okay, I'll leave you in there because I really think that water supply is too small, but there's been 4 in there and they didn't seem to mind it. And there's plenty of stuff for them to graze on in there. So that's where I started. And then when I got my initial set, so I was going for the ruby red spotted to go into the red build. I was going for the gold color to be the pale gold or orange that's in Blackfish. So you guys know that we've already had 1 to 2, well, we know we've had 1. I think we've had 2. I think a female was pregnant when she arrived and she had birth right away, because I have 2 different sizes of juveniles. And one of them produced a paler version. So it's not a true Sunkist. It's a much paler version of like an orange. And so I went fishing over there and found 5 right away and placed those into the orange tank. So the blue tank has our original blue velvets. The orange tank has Sunkist that are like watered down orange. And then the red has the rubies. So that leaves us with 2 color families that we need for the violet tank and also for the yellow green. And so what I'm going to do is, I've already placed my order. I'm going to go with chocolate for the violet tank, because in reading all the reviews online, it can have colors. It can go chocolate to blue. And I saw the hues online. I thought, okay, that will look really pretty, because it needs to be something that's going to stand out, because most of the rocks in there are lighter colored. So I want this shrimp to stand out. And I'm going with jade green for the yellow green tank. So the middle tank is going to be jade green. And then for our newest one, Mount Zenith, I'm going to go with fire red, because I have wanted a red line, a true red line, so that maybe I could combine fire red with my rubies. So I might put them in a small bowl like create a new bowl to where I could put a couple of those in there together just to see if they would have an offspring that gives us a different color of red, because I'm all about experimenting now. So and I'm excited that I was going to do, I really wanted the jade or a black to go into the build over there. I think I'm pointing, but you can't see it. But that setup is really dark, and I like to be able to see the shrimp when they're swimming around. So that's why I chose fire red, because fire red really, other than Bloody Mary, which I think might be a little too dark, I went with a color that's going to be vibrant, that's really going to show off in that tank. So the shrimp will be arriving and we'll be ready to set them up. But I want to show you, I've taken some photos on my phone of the shrimp when they were in their bowls. So you can see the colors we're talking about, because you may not be able to see them inside the tanks, because I just put them in a couple of hours ago. And they're really mad at me right now because, you know, I was terrorizing the poor things because I was getting the net in and out of there and trying to get them out of the bowl I had put them in. And a net with a bowl also does not work. So I'm just trying to be really relaxed now and to just make sure we can get everything in there right and not have to worry about it. Now, I had thought, since we confirmed that we have a pregnant Sunkist, I thought about putting that one in the orange tank, but then I thought, no, because then I don't know what color it's going to come out. It could be more pale or it could be Sunkist. And I've already got Sunkist in the larger build, and I thought the pale ones will be really, really pretty, because the orange that sits in that tank now really primarily is in the rock itself. It's got some gold orangey colors in the rock. The shrimp in there are absolutely gorgeous. They look like they belong in there. And then I've already seen the blue velvets playing around in the blue tank, and then the ruby reds, they're all over in that tank. Now that tank's I need a lot more of them because that tank has a lot of biofilm in it. So it's going to take them a while. And remember, all these are small. So let's get the camera off me, but I was excited because now we'll see now if pink can have any of the aqua colored babies. And 3G, let's see what color that last breed of shrimp that was born in there, which is just a few days old. We'll see what those colors are. And then also, how are we going to do when the new shrimp come? I think I'll do just a part 2 to this, so you can see me putting those shrimp in and doing the drip application. So let's get started over there with the screenshots so you can see what's going on. And thanks for joining me today. Me on cold medicine is not a good combination. I've messed my microphone up, and I've recorded this twice now. So here we go. What you just saw were the ruby reds, and my goal here really, it truly is what I've said on the video, is to try and keep this color strain moving forward. I really hope I can. Now, in this one, you will find they do show up. There's one at the top, kind of in the middle, right there. You can see it's a ruby red spot right now. And then I'm able to get a close-up of those. You can tell there's a lot of biofilm in here. And yes, you do see a spot of moss on the right side of that driftwood. I never cleaned it off of there, and it's actually green now, and this is Texas. We don't have moss that grows underwater like that. So I don't know what it's going to do, but that is right where one of the first places the shrimp went to explore, and there's that moss. It's just right there. The camera just panned up. Now you've got 2 coming down, and you can see their markings a lot better on this one. This is what's really cool, is the one going forward, the second one, that is, to me, those are just beautiful markings on there. And there comes another one. I think I put 6 of the ruby reds in there together, because I really do want a nice, healthy group. Okay, so see, this one is also checking out the moss that's right there on that woodscape. So
I'll keep you guys up posted. I just don't see how it's going to grow underwater. I've just never seen that before. It's kind of interesting because I think that's normally just a tree moss, and it doesn't need the water to grow. It needs like sunlight and air. Anyway, okay, so here is the Sunkist. Now, when I mean it's a pale version, the Sunkist that I have in the tank are much darker and they are not opaque at all. You cannot see through their body. These pale versions, which is one right there on the kind of in the almost left center of the screen, they're kind of opaque on the sides. You can see through them. So they're a much lighter color. What I love is I think they look absolutely amazing in this build because of the rock coloring and their coloring. I think it's just mirrored perfectly. And I'm probably going to have a hard time putting, I know there's a couple more that are in the main build that I'll have, but I'm going to have a hard time not putting more of these in there because I think they just are a standout color. And so I'm really happy about that. One thing I was debating is will I be able to replant any of my stem plants that I've lost in each one of these tanks? And right now that's up in the air because I don't know how long that fertilizer is going to be potent. Okay, now we are going into the original blue velvets. Now these are the blue velvets that started off all the miracle colors that we have. And I'm really hoping that they will uh, resume their breeding so we can see if we can see these colors again. Now you are not going to see one in this build. These are always the ones that hide. They're the skittish of all of them. Now remember, these are original to being shipped. And so they were not born in my tank. So it is a very different situation with them. So hopefully I'll be able to get them on video at some point. But I love how now that it's cleaned up a little bit, it looks so much better than it did. I felt a lot better about it. So anyway, thanks guys for hanging out with me today. And whenever I get the new ship, I'll put out an update to this video. You guys have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.